Artists! It is Pirate Week and I am so excited about it. For this project, we are making a pirate ship. So we are starting by taking a paper plate and cutting it in half with jagged edges to look like waves. That's what I'm doing right now. After that, we are going to color the plate. Now, I decided to use paint because my paper plate had all the like little flowers on the outside, and I decided that paint would work best to cover that up. So, but you can use whatever you have on hand. Markers, crayons, colored pencils, anything that you have. Other blue pieces of paper, you could collage on top of it. But I'm using paint. I'm doing one layer of blue paint and then I'm gonna put it off to the side to dry. All right, so I let it sit and dry. So now I'm going to do a second layer of blue paint to really get those flowers covered up and make it look really nice. So I'm gonna do the blue paint first, and then I'm gonna add some other fun colors, because if you look at water, it's not just blue, it has lots of colors inside of it. So we're gonna mix the paint up a little bit. And again, if you don't have paint, if you have crayons or colored pencils or whatever, you can layer with those tools as well. So this is the fun part. Now I'm starting to add other colors. I'm starting to add yellow into my blue water. Why would I do that? Well, if you mix yellow and blue together, it kind of makes a green. And if you mix green and blue together, because I have wet blue paint on my plate, it starts to make a bluish greenish color. So that's why I'm adding some yellow. Also, in a little bit, I'm going to start to add some white in there as well to make some light blue and to mix those colors in too, and really get that greenish blue color showing up a little bit more too once I add that white. Now that I am done with my water, I'm going to use a thin box. You can use a cereal box. I thought I had one, but I didn't. I had a pizza box, and that works great too. Whatever kind of thin box that you have. And I'm taking the box and I'm turning it over to the brown side. And I'm going to trace the other half of the circle. So I'm going to have a circle piece of artwork. So I'm going to cut out that half circle. After I cut out that half circle, I'm going to color it so that I have a sky. And a lot of people color the sky blue, but if we have the water blue and the sky blue, it's going to look kind of boring. And we really have lots of colors in the sky. So I'm actually going to use the three primary colors to have all sorts of colors in the sky. So I started with blue at the top, then I did red in the middle. The blue and red kind of made a purple color. And then at the bottom, I'm adding yellow, and when we mix yellow and red together, we get, yeah, you're right, orange. We get orange when we mix yellow and red. So I'm just lightly going over it with crayons, and that's how I'm going to have my sky. Next, it's time to make our pirate ship. So right now, all I'm doing is I took some of my extra cardboard and I am drawing my pirate ship on the cardboard. We want to use a thick cardboard for this drawing. And then I'm just adding details to my pirate ship. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just adding lines and details and patterns. Right now I thought it'd be cool to have a rope across the top, and I'm going to draw some windows and an anchor, and I'm gonna add some lines that go across to make it look like it has some wood, like the boat is made out of wood. So I'm just adding all these details to make my boat unique and special. I can't wait to see what yours is going to look like. After I'm done with my drawing, I'm going to add my sails later, but for now I'm going to start to color. I'm going to be using crayons to color, but again, use whatever you have on hand, whatever you want to use. It's your choice, you're the artist. I decided to use crayons, but even when I'm using crayons, I like to layer with other colors. So you'll see I'm going to do a light brown crayon, and then I will add another color of crayon over top of it because it's really fun to mix and create your own colors. Also, sometimes when I'm coloring with crayons, I push harder in some areas and lighter in others. This is called value, when it's lighter in some areas and darker in others. So try that. Try using different amounts of pressure when you are coloring. Once I'm done coloring, I'm going to start to cut out my pirate ship. So I'm going to cut the whole thing out, being very careful not to lose any of my flags or small details. When I am done with the pirate ship, cutting it out, I'm going to have white rectangles and I'm going to glue them on to my poles so that I have my sails attached. So I'm just putting a glue dot on the poles and then I'm attaching my rectangle. After I've glued on my sails, I'm going to glue on a popsicle stick. That way, my boat can sail my ocean. Next, I'm gluing my waves to my sunset so that I have my completed circle. After that, I had to set it off to the side to dry for a while before I finished the final steps. When it was done drying, the next step was to poke a hole into my water. Now, ask a parent for help for this step because you have to do it very carefully. I poke the hole through, then I poke the popsicle stick through, and then my ship can sail the seas. Have fun!